Dividing fractions. Woohoo! Chapter 4, Lesson 8, the last lesson of the chapter. Second to last video. Your learning target is I know how to divide fractions. Simply that. You know how to divide fractions at the end of this lesson. So before we go into the key concept or anything like that, let's first define what is a reciprocal. Okay, and the reciprocal is the opposite of the original fraction. Okay, so if we had a fraction that is 3/5, the reciprocal of that, okay, the reciprocal, I'm going to write out reciprocal, would be 5/3. Okay, the numerator is now the denominator, and the denominator is now the numerator. It just flips. That's all it is. So you can write in any other examples that you want to if you want to make sure that you have it down. But the key concept for dividing fractions, if we move down to the key concept here, is that we multiply the first fraction, whatever is the first fraction, by the reciprocal of the second fraction. This is also called flipped multiplying. Okay, you can also call it flipped multiplying. All right, let's do find 1/3 divided by 5. Okay, and some of you, your first thought might be these are not fractions. Not both of them, but 1/3 is a fraction, 5 is not a fraction. And while you are somewhat correct, you are also wrong. 5 can also be written as a fraction as 5/1. Okay, so now we're both into fractions. We have 1/3 and 5/1, or 5/1 if you want to call it. And so we have to divide these two fractions here. And if we read it back up in the key concept, it says to multiply the first fraction, so 1/3, by the reciprocal of the second. So flip these. The denominator was 1, so that's in the numerator, and the numerator was 5, so that's now in the denominator. And if we do that, we go back to what we learned about multiplying fractions, and we just multiply these through, and we get 1/15. 1/15. So 1/3 divided by 5 is 1/15. All right, so let's make it. Now we're going to do example 2, and we're going to add in a negative number. Oh, negative number. Okay, so we're going to take our first fraction, 3/4, and we're going to multiply that now by the reciprocal of the second one, which is a negative. 2 goes in the top, 1 goes on the bottom. -2 essentially is what we're doing. And when we multiply that through, well, first we can cross cancel, right? 2 goes into itself 1 time, 2 goes into 4 twice. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And we know, though, that because one of these that we were multiplying is negative, the answer has also got to be negative. So we end up getting a -3/2 or -1.5. So you can write that as well as -1 1/2 if you'd like. Either way works, but that would be how you would multiply fractions. Sorry, not multiply, we're dividing. So that'd be how you divide the fractions, not multiply. You're dividing, so you're dividing them. And that's what you do.